was supposed to be longer. What should we play? Dramatic. Okay, that was cool. Don't know if I'd want to do that every single time. Hey everyone, just sort of playing around for a moment. Honestly, I'm trying to avoid the work that I'm trying to do. Last week I put out a post about trying to do, let me see, primary display, secondary display. Last week I did a post about trying to put out option. There we go. Trying to put out a post about corporate DI playbook, ERG partnerships, and intersectionality, and it's I wanted to put it out on Sunday, but two things happened. One is that my daughter is dealing with a sleep regression. The second is that I'm absolutely exhausted with the new weight loss diet and exercise, although I'm enjoying it. But the third is this stuff is just really difficult to write. Wanting to put a serious background, and also, I'm trying to add things in and build it out so that it provides everybody everything that they need, even though, I'm putting this out for free. So, like, if I want to do this, for instance, okay, my kids are home, which means the dogs are barking. I'm going to go on mute for a second. So anyway, like if I want to do something like this, where I talk about intersectionality within employee resource groups, this is the entire point of this, is to show how each element creates a level of intersectionality. This is really important when you're working in diversity, equity, inclusion, because I'm a firm believer that everything begins and ends with an understanding of these ERDs and getting the support. And then the intersectionality of knowing how they relate, because ERGs have a similar system and structure to the leadership structure. So if you understand this, then you're typically going to be able to associate and figure out how exactly it goes through. But what I really wanted to do is, if I go into ERG leadership structure and I go into images, nothing here really correlates with what I'm trying to show. So I've been spending a lot of time trying to figure out, well, how does this work? Because when you're dealing with global employee resource groups, you start at the top, and then there's local chapters and dissemination with each, and how do you navigate, how do you work within the confines of these, especially as an outsider, as a program manager, whatever the case you want to be, not to mention sort of the global structure that you have to take into account, because diversity, equity, inclusion, and I think we're seeing more and more people talk about it being the wrong word. I was talking to a friend yesterday who is the second person that's really called it humanity work, which I definitely get. But this is all pertinent to how you actually go about building the structures. And it's important for me to point out, well, if I want to be building a resource that people could look at, well, how detailed am I being? And by the way, I'm looking at my secondary screen. If you see me looking, that's the reason I'm doing. And you could look at. Let me see. This is where it's a pain. Okay, here's what I'm going to have to do. So with Ecamm, here we go. Especially the screen sharing. I want everybody to be able to see it, but I want, yeah. So let's try this. Gonna back out. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. So you can see like the structure like this, where you have the president and then the vice president accounting. Like this is the type of thing I'm really looking for within the structure to put in that newsletter, but I haven't been able to find one that adequately articulates because it's a lot more in depth than that. So that was kind of creating problems for me. And then, how do you go about writing these things? How do you go about curating? And I'm struggling with the idea of, well, this is my playbook. It's nobody else's. So let me just talk about the experience I had while also wanting to do a full scale analysis and really provide people, provide the audience a realistic picture of what's going on. And by the way, yes, my shirt says Dad, Husband, Feminist. True fact on all three. So let's see what we've got. Yeah. I was just checking LinkedIn. By the way, has anybody noticed that their LinkedIn reach is grossly down? It's pretty annoying. I was talking to Kevin Turner, and he's like, yeah, everything starts with AI. Speaking of which, if anybody wants to see anything funny, there was a collaborative article that was done that talked about leadership and how you give back to employee resources. And what I decided to do was be a bit of a dick. So if we watch this, so this is the, oops, I should probably fix this. Hang on, everybody. This is the masterful job of, there we go. Now we can do that. Now we can bring it. Now let me push this back. So yeah. And I'm not going to bring you through all of this, but these are the collaborative articles that LinkedIn runs, and being part of the beta testing is always interesting. So they talk about, oh, here's what you could do. Here's Joshua Bealey. I'm not going to say anything negative about him. By the way, not for nothing, but if you want to understand how you become a top voice, see how Joshua has these 22 insightful reactions. Well, that's because he's number one on the list. So the more times that you're number one on the list, the more likely you are to gain the influencer badge, which is what I'm going to get to in a second. So me being the sarcastic dick that I can sometimes be, sometimes maybe all the time, this is what I decided to put. I let people vote on their achievements. If they get the most votes, they're awarded top voice. At first glance, it seems like a popularity contest, but I can assure you it gets results. Oh, sarcastic devil I am. Anyway, I don't know how many people are going to pick up on that. But I'm entertained. And that's all that matters. That is entertain myself. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. Future and I are off this week, but I'll show everybody something. I've been working on is it? Here it is. I've been working on some stuff and trying to sort of level up because I don't like the intros that I'm doing. They're they very much look like slideshows. So I'm trying to level up, but I also don't have the funding to invest in the programs that I want to. So, Tanya Smith turned me on to a number of different things. And if you want to connect with Tanya, I'll send you the link. But one of them is a website where you could create more instrumental stuff. So let's take a look, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is supposed to have music. Why do you not have music? You stupid thing, you. This was playing before. Why are you not playing it with sound now? Let's try this again. Sound effects are on, echo cancellation on. So why are you not doing this? Oh, the love of media. New animated overlay. Let's do this. Okay. Let's try. Where are we doing? Come on. Here it is. Bear with me. Okay, so what I'd like to do eventually is have something like this, but be able to do turn this into an animated intro where I could have features picture here and then sort of coming out because otherwise it creates havoc. Anyway, I've got about 20 minutes till I'm meeting, and I just want to pop on and say hello and waste some time. Honestly, yeah. So anyway, hope everybody has a good day. And I'll try to get that damn newsletter out. Yeah, it's gonna be pain. Okay. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Let's see, what music do I want to play it out with? This one says confidence. Let's see what it sounds like.